Morning. It's Thursday here, and it's time for three things I'm grateful for. Um, it's a little different today. Um, I know I've mentioned at the end of most of my videos, come to the Aaron Covey channel and check out. I do these videos, and I say, hey, and if you want to, check out the other videos as well. I've been, have some family videos. There's a video of me from last summer doing the ice bucket challenge. There's a video that I did of, playfully doing a selfie while sledding down a hill. I have videos of my friends' performances, my son's performance, things like that. And none of them really have many hits, It's not why I do them, but some of them have as many as 50 hits. The videos that I've done so far for this series have very few hits. They have less hits than one of my friend's performance video combined. I have a friend performing Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend. Has 55 hits. The 5 videos I've done so far have not even totaled that. It's not why I do it. That's why I still do it. The reasons I do it are for me, and if you get something out of it, that's great. My sister watches. So I'm going to give you a heads up that this is going to be a little harder one. So if you can't go through the whole thing, I understand. The shirt should be a hint. One video I posted 2 weeks ago, has already received over 200 hits. And that is a video of my uncle, who's also my godfather, shaving his head, having his head shaved in public for St. Baldrick's. And if you don't know what St. Baldrick's is, it is a wonderful fundraiser. I use that word wonderful a lot, don't I? Anyway, it is a fundraiser out there that raises money and awareness for childhood cancer. And it just hit 200 hits yesterday. And I did the birthday thing instead. So this is going to be my throwback version of 3 things I'm grateful for. And it's going to be people through the St. Baldrick's side of things that have, that I'm grateful for, that were with me and my family on this St. Baldrick's journey. Let me start by saying no one in my family has ever had childhood cancer. We have our own reasons for doing this. But 3 things I'm grateful for. Number 1, my father. My father, Kevin. He's the one who kind of started this. 3 years ago, he was diagnosed with esophageal cancer. And we did it. I said this one was going to be hard. That summer, we did a fundraiser in his honor. Raise money for the medical bills and all that. And it was called KC for KC, Kick Cancer for Kevin Covey. And I don't know how much we raised. I know the turnout was incredible. I had a friend come up all the way from Chicago I hadn't seen in about a dozen years just for the event. And I remember at the end of the night he took the stage and thanked everyone and was just overwhelmed by the show of support and knew that he was going to pay it forward. And about a year later, he told us that he was going to participate in St. Baldrick's. And what that is, you raise your money, you donate your cause, but then they have special events that, as a show of solidarity, people will shave their heads completely. Men, women, grown-ups, children, they shave their heads as a show of solidarity, because it feels like the right thing to do. And if you choose to, you can donate. If I were to do it, my hair is too short to donate, but it's still a good cause. And it's a good way to show that you care. And that was the cause my father got behind, because, as he put it, he could handle having cancer. It wasn't ideal, but he could accept that he had to fight this horrible illness, but he just couldn't fathom a child having to go through what he was going through. By this point, we had learned that it was stage 4, and it was spreading. It was very aggressive. So we all went out to support him and cheer him on and get pictures, because, it's funny watching a guy who, take off all his hair. He still had some left from, despite the chemo and the radiation and all that. And he raised over $500, which is huge, And so that's number one, my father. Number 2 is actually a tie between my younger son and my sister. And I'll start with my son. He came with me to, watch my dad shave his head. And we were asked when we walked in, you guys want to shave your heads too? Michael, he's a creative little guy. He has no qualms about his appearance, and he likes to look fun. He's an artsy kid, I guess you could say. Can we shave our heads, Dad? Well, did you raise any money? No. Well, no, I'm not going to just... People work their butts off to earn this right. But next year, we'll raise some money, and then, wouldn't that be great? 3 generations, Dad, me, and my son. Well, my dad passed away 4 months later, so that did not come to pass, but my son did ask at some point between, I think during the winter time. And you could tell he was having a hard time, trying to get out the words, but are we going to... Are we going to still do the shaving the head thing even without Papa? I'm like, well, yeah, we should. Absolutely should. You and me, we'll be a team. Maybe I should start a team. So I put as I call it, I put the bat signal out. See, hey, who's interested in doing this? And the first person to say, sure, I'll be on your team with you and your son, was Bald. And he had this. It's all he grows. But he grew it out so that he had something to shave to be part of our team. And suddenly, I get these names coming out of the woodwork, and next thing I know, I have 11 people on my team. Not only that, but my sister in Maryland started another team and did it herself. She did it, and she brought, 2 other wonderful women to be a part of it. And, I couldn't believe who we got, I had a friend I hadn't seen in years, and actually an ex-girlfriend who wanted to be a part of it. My son was in it, my grandpa, my uncle, My mother. Now, and my mother is not one to put herself out there. She's very reserved, very, we'll say shy. And that was like almost a coup to get her because of her nature, but I think it was just something she needed to do. It was this therapeutic thing we all needed. And we were all team Casey for KC. I remember one day my sister even said that I was the one who inspired her. That it was my brave decision that helped her make that decision. And that, I'm grateful for, because I never consciously inspired anyone before. To know that I was capable of that was kind of a big deal. But yeah. Between the two teams, Casey for Casey raised over $7,000. Which goes a long way towards helping kids. Now, I did not do it this year, as you can clearly see. And that's because I'm trying to raise funds for the laughter yoga thing. And it was really tough to get a team back together. None of the women who were on my team, who were on the team last year, wanted to do it. And frankly, I don't blame them, it's just, hair is a bigger deal than you think. But it was just tough to get a lot of people on the team. And, with trying to say, hey, I'm hitting you up for funds for the laughter yoga thing, I'm also going to hit you up for funds with that. That's really hard to justify, saying, here, give me all your money for all this stuff. It's just like, not everyone has money to burn, So, but my uncle did it this year, and he's number 3. To keep this alive and fresh in our family's hearts. He wasn't Team Casey for Casey this year, but he was Uncle Bob. He's my uncle, and he did it, and I'm proud of him. And the video's, there to prove it. And it's goofy. He's one of those guys who, he's just a goofy guy. Bad jokes, inappropriate flirtations, but he's also a very good man who's been married to the same woman for 20 years. As of yesterday, happy anniversary, Uncle Bob and Aunt Jody. And I'm proud of him. And I don't know if we'll be Team Casey for Casey when we do it next year, but we will do it next year. So, thank you, St. Baldrick, for giving our family a purpose when times were at their hardest. You can still donate. You don't have to donate to me, obviously, but if you're interested in this, go to stbaldricks.org, find out where there's an event in your area, or find out how you can simply donate. Or just, look up the information, because childhood cancer, it's not the same as grown-up cancer. And it's something that needs to be addressed. I don't know what else to say, I'd rather have my dad back, but I'd glad that we can do something that would make him proud. So, love you, Dad. And if my sister's watching, I love you too. And I'll see you next week. Namaste and blessed be. Have a good day.